It's a funny one for me, motorbike games. For instance, official games like MotoGP, I'm not really interested, but I'll excuse Ducati World Racing Challenge on the PlayStation 1 and Suzuki All-Star Extreme Racing on the PC and Dreamcast, because they're just some of the licensed bike games that I do like. But games like Road Rash, Trials HD, Super Hang-On, and even the bike racing segments in Grand Theft Auto's Lost and Damned are my kind of bike racing games. But XS Moto might look like, on the cover side, a generic run-of-the-mill bike racing game on the PlayStation 1. Well, it might be, but it only costs 50p. But you never know, it could be a little hidden gem. So let's start off this review of XS Moto with some cheesy puns. So let's rev up our expectations that this game hits the road on the right track. I thank you. And after 40 minutes of playing this, I'd rather be in the pits. There are only 2 game modes, single race and championship. Technically there are 4 modes, but it's single race and championship with 2 players, plus a skill test, basically licenses test on the Gran Turismo series, because on championship and single race there are 3 difficulties: novice, amateur and professional. The last 2 are locked until you complete the skill test. Amateur skill test was okay, but the professional one was an absolute nightmare for me. When you are about to start a race, in single race or championship, you are put in a qualification round and you're given 15 minutes to try and get the best time so you can finish in pole position or as high as you can. Controls: X button is accelerate, square button is to brake, R1 button change view, L1 button is to look behind you, and if you want to change gears, R2 and L2 buttons. But when you start the race or fall off your bike and respawn, you have to change gear from neutral to first gear, and for me that's another problem. I keep pressing the change view button by mistake, but maybe that's just me. But the controls are very simple. The graphics are what you expect for a budget racing game on the PlayStation 1, average, but the cockpit view has some nice details, but I do feel it's a bit too close to the screen and taking up half of your view. Now I'm going to tell you about the problems in this game. Waiting to start the race. The loading times are fine, but from the race loaded to the start of the race, it feels like an eternity. And when you set off, the bikes feel really slow to build momentum. Oh, and just jumping back to the controls, steering on the D-pad feels like understeer, and switching to the analog gives you an insane oversteer. And just overall, the races are really boring, feel slow and no excitement. Thank God this game only cost 50p. So to sum up this game, XS Moto is an average with good ideas on the skill test, but when it comes to the racing, it drives me to a travel lodge. Thanks for watching guys, take care.